Completed in 1891, the James J. Hill House at 240 Summit Avenue is an impressive reminder of the wealth and stature of its primary occupants, the empire builder James J. Hill and his family. Because of their prominence, the Hill's stories are well documented and familiar to many. Less familiar are the stories of the house's other residents, the servants. I'm Sarah Scrimshaw, Program Supervisor at the James J. Hill House. In piecing together our knowledge of the house's servants, information is culled from a variety of sources that can be found in the collections of the Minnesota Historical Society. The Hills employed 10 to 12 live-in domestic servants who did the cleaning, cooking, laundry, and maintenance work at the house. There was high turnaround, and some of the servants' names have been lost to history. More is known about others, like Axel Johnson, the longtime houseman, waitress Clara Haslin, Michael Downey, the fireman, and Lena Peterson, the cook. Their stories make the world of the servants come alive. Photographs in the collection help us get to know the staff and provide valuable documentation of life at the house. Borgina Hyland, employed as an upstairs maid, is seen here around 1920 in a photo taken by her soon-to-be husband, Axel Johnson. This photograph, circa 1891, provides a view of laundry day at the house, with servants hanging clothes out to dry. Mary T. Hill was in charge of the staff, and her papers include a number of items that give us a peek into their world. Recipes, such as this one for orange marmalade, attest to Mrs. Hill's level of involvement in matters of the kitchen. These record books include notes on servants' wages. The collection also includes Mary Hill's diaries, a number of entries from which reference the household staff. In this entry from October 30th, 1911, Hill bemoans the loss of a cook, writing, "Again looking for a cook, it is discouraging. About as soon as one can be dependable, on she goes." Compared to his wife, James J. Hill spent little time managing the servants. Still, his massive collection of papers includes glimpses into the servants' day-to-day experiences. This meticulous document from November of 1902 lists the daily cleaning duties for a pantry maid named Ellen. It notes that she is to be in pantry always during luncheon and dinner, with the instruction that, when the heater is not hot, warm plates with hot water. In a later newspaper feature, another pantry maid recalled that these responsibilities were printed on plaques and hung behind glass in each room. The papers of Celia Tower Forstner provide particular insight into the thoughts and concerns of the staff. While not a long-term employee, Forstner's papers are the most complete contemporary record of a Hill House servant. As a 17 or 18-year-old, she began working at the house for $5 a week, serving as second cook from September 1909 to April 1911. Among the papers are place cards, recipes, menus, and perhaps most importantly, letters. The nearly 50 pieces of correspondence provide a unique perspective into the house's happenings. In this letter, Forstner writes of a particularly heavy Christmas workload, concluding, "I never before spent a more disgusting Christmas." On another occasion, Forstner relates leisure time activities, including a Sunday picnic at Lake Harriet and Monday night drive with chauffeur Charlie Maitland. Objects in the Society's collections also shed light on the servant experience. This white cotton cap and apron are from Forstner's time at the house as a cook's helper. A floral design is embroidered on each. This steel spindle mounted on a cast iron wall bracket served as a menu holder at the house. These hand towels, this round silver serving tray, and this book with birthday notations were all used at the house and later given to houseman Axel Johnson. These carved mahogany folding screens serve to literally, and perhaps symbolically, separate the worlds of the servants and their employers. Designed to cover the dining room servants' entrance, the carving on the stiles matches that of the dining room. Within the house itself are communication devices that illustrate the degree to which the domestic staff were at the beck and call of their employers. There were probably 2 call boards like this, one in the houseman's basement bedroom and another in the first-floor pantry. Buttons located throughout the house could be pressed by family members, and the servant on duty would respond. Speaking tubes that went from level to level in the servants' areas allowed the staff to talk to one another in the vast 5-floor home. These are just some of the resources that shape our knowledge of the Hill House servants and what the upstairs, downstairs life in a Gilded Age mansion might have been like. Much of what we know is due to the contributions and donations of past servants and their descendants who have generously shared Hill House memories and keepsakes. Some who worked at the house, like Celia Tower Forstner and John Haslin, shared stories during tours of the site later in life. To learn more about the servants, visit the History Center Library and take a look for yourself at many of the materials mentioned. You can also join me here at the Hill House for a tour, where you'll learn about all the people who lived at 240 Summit Avenue.